Do the Lakers need to move on from Anthony Davis?
Stephen A. is right about one thing. He's always hurt. He's always hurt. And he was hurt with New Orleans a lot, too. So he's always hurt, and you're paying him a fortune, and he's a little older, and you got to wonder about his long-term. I agree with that. Fair. But from a talent perspective, they did win a championship a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
From a talent perspective, you cannot trade him. All right? If he's healthy and raring to go, I could make the argument he's a top 5 player in the NBA. With Giannis, Durant, I still have to put LeBron there. I can make the argument he's top 5 player when he's healthy and raring to go. Now, again, the last year and a half, last year he got banged up, hurt in the Phoenix series. I understand that. This year he misses 4 weeks. He seems to have these calf issues constantly. All fair. But if you're trying to win a championship, which they are year to year, you cannot trade him. You got to keep your fingers crossed. You have to hope that somehow he's going to be able to get you through 60 regular season games and be raring to go in the postseason, because their goal is not to be the 8th seed and rebuild for the future.
No,
it's Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Their goal is to have a chance to win titles year in and year out. And because of that, you got to keep your fingers crossed, hope he's healthy, and not trade him.
Stephen A., I thought you would have said Westbrook, trade Westbrook, not him.
Well, you can't give him away. He's owed $47 million for next year. Maybe at some point over the summer or next year, as he's approaching the last year of his deal, you're willing to take on that salary just to get it off your cap at the end of next season. That's the only reason at this point why somebody will want Westbrook for that kind of money. And I'm not trying to throw any shade on Westbrook. I believe in Westbrook. I think he's being misused. And I think that he has to come to the conclusion he just can't shoot perimeter shots on a consistent basis. He can have a good night here or there. He can get a little streaky. But for the most part, Westbrook is not a shooter. He's a baller. He can attack the basket with vigor. If I was him, I get the ball, I attack constantly, or I drive to kick it out. That's the only thing that I do. I don't think about shooting jump shots if I'm Russell Westbrook, okay? Particularly in tight games, because that's just not his forte, and it's been proven time and time again. If Westbrook had a jump shot, we'd be talking about him as one of the greatest players we've ever seen in our lives, because he has everything else, but the jump shot is not there. To get to Anthony Davis, first of all, I'm not a fool here. We know that the Lakers can't move Anthony Davis unless Anthony Davis agrees to it. He has to agree to being moved. That's the kind of deal he's got with the Lakers. We understand that. Having said all of that, I'm not throwing any shade on him in terms of his talent. I think that Anthony Davis is an all-world talent when healthy. Now, I don't like the fact that he goes up against a Greek Freak and gets completely annihilated, where the Greek Freak drops 44 on him, hitting 17 to 20 shots, and Anthony Davis has barely an answer for it. If there's one person that is supposed to be able to deal with the Greek Freak other than Embiid, it's supposed to be Anthony Davis.
Can I say one thing real quick? Greek Freak last night, 50 on 21 shots. I know it's against the Pacers, but still.
But I'm just saying, you going up against
nice.
Anthony Davis, and Doggy will appreciate this, the personal pride. You know,
Fair.
I mean, this is the Greek Freak here. He's coming into the house. You understand?
Play better.
So, I mean, in L.A., at the Staples Center.
Yeah, play better.
You are supposed to step up and answer that call.
Okay, so they deal
Anthony Davis.
How's this playing
Here's
out?
my
What
deal.
do they need to get?
Here's my point. You've lost Brandon Ingram. Mm-hmm. You've lost Lonzo Ball. You've lost Kyle Kuzma, the Montrezl Harrells of the world, and others. You think about the multitude of pieces that the Los Angeles Lakers, and it wasn't all for Anthony Davis. Once it was Anthony Davis, but the year after that, they gave up additional pieces. If you're going to look like this, where you going? We're talking about the Lakers struggling to get to the play-in game. Where you going? So if that is the case,
right,
you have to accept, because Golden State's not going anywhere. Phoenix is not going anywhere. Memphis has arrived.
Good team.
Memphis has arrived. Utah can't be summarily dismissed. And when you look at the Clippers, just 2 games under 500, just imagine for a second if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George were healthy. So if I'm the Lakers, I see 5 teams that are better than me, even if LeBron James and Anthony Davis are playing because of the parts that I have around them.
Yeah, timeout. But is that because of injury and not talent, why they are where they are?
I will say this to you. Anthony Davis and LeBron James being injured, if they weren't injured, I think they wouldn't be in the play-in, but I don't think they'd be better than the 4 teams I mentioned. Okay. And so because of that, now we have to look at the rest of the team. And even though people say improve the parts around you, well, guess what? If you got LeBron James at age 37 under contract and you got Anthony Davis under contract and you got Russell Westbrook there, you got to figure out a way to look at life beyond LeBron James. You already got a chip. You already got a chip,
Right.
and I got to get better parts around him. So
Russo,
the one
close us
player
out.
with extreme value that somebody would be willing to take a chance on because he's
Close
only
us out.
28 years old
He's not
is
wrong.
Anthony Davis.
Hey, he's not wrong. They're not going to do it.
Right.
They're not. But he's not. But Stevie makes some good points there. He's 100. And the problem with Westbrook is he needs to be on a team where he commands the ball constantly and he go win his 43 games. He needs to be on a team where he's the big
Knicks.
star and he can do what he
Much as
wants
I hate to
and he
say
can
it.
go 44 and
Listen.
38 every year and not win in the postseason. That's what Westbrook
Listen,
needs.
I know.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.